Hi, I'm Mike Morris, and this is my M6A3 critical thinking oral argument on transgender ethics. If someone told me that all male to female transsexual persons prefer males as their sexual partners, I would start by asking, what about people who are gay? They have sexual feelings for the same gender. Sexual orientation and gender identity can be completely independent. By using that model as a starting point, we can then move it one step further, where a male has sexual feelings for a female, but when that person thinks of themselves, they feel like a female trapped in a man's body. According to research by Krukels and Cohen-Ketnes in 2012, transsexualism is simply a condition where a person has a gender identity that is inconsistent with their anatomical sex. Again, gender identity can be independent of their sexual orientation. Furthermore, research by Bow and Schwab in 2011 had already showed that sexual orientation, gender identity, and body type are sometimes unrelated, just like in the original question posed here. It's important to allow children to develop naturally and figure out what is right for them when it comes to a mate. Otherwise, ethical dilemmas such as the case of David Reimer would be everywhere. He was the older of twin boys whose parents decided to have them circumcised around 6 months of age. His procedure went awry and his penis was destroyed. Based on the recommendation of the psychologist John Money, his parents chose to turn him into a girl, physically and hormonally, and raise him as such. Although Money claimed success with his initial findings for 30 years, an alternate independent study by Diamond and Sigmundson in 1997 proved otherwise and showed David had grown up with many masculine traits that made it difficult for him to fit in with other girls. Following a last-ditch estrogen regimen around age 12, which he fought against, at age 14, David's family told him the truth, and he then began the difficult transition back to being a man. Although he could not have children of his own, he did get married at age 25, but the overall trauma of his life forced him to commit suicide in 2004 at age 38. What's worse is his twin brother, who was essentially the control element for the crazy experiment, also had emotional issues. He committed suicide in 2002, preceding David's death in 2004 by 2 years. The overall point to remember here is that there are many variables when it comes to choosing a mate, and there is no direct correlation between sexual orientation, gender identity, and body type. Each of these characteristics can be independent in a number of possible ways. Again, I'm Mike Morris, and this was my M6A3 critical thinking oral argument on transgender ethics.